This video may be scary or disturbing to some viewers. Viewers' discretion is advised. The story of the occult girl, Anavel.
Congratulations, ma'am. You just had a baby girl. The midwife smiles as she hands the baby girl to the mother. The mother carries the baby girl in her hand with all smiles, heaving her sign of relief. She says, "What shall we name her, dear?" The father was silent. He was in disbelief that their child is a girl. He could not smile. Staggering his way to the broken wooden door, he left, and he never returned. The mother knew all along that her husband wants a son, but she was not able to control the outcome. She was sad, but she knows she can't be. The sole responsibility of raising the newborn child is now burdened on her shoulder. Anavel, look what Mama bought you," the mother called out as an adorable little girl runs over. 7 years have passed since Anavel was born. Her mother has been able to raise her up fine, working day and night, selling the produce of a small farm. "Here's a teddy bear for you, my dear girl." Her mother hands a teddy bear to Anavel, the first ever toy the mother was able to afford for her lovely girl. Anavel smiled, with her eyes sparkling with joy, even though the teddy bear was torn and tattered. Every morning, the mother dolls up Anavel, tidying up her hair with pretty curls. "One day, you will grow up to be a beautiful, fine lady, my dear," the mother said to Anavel, knowing Anavel is everything she has left in this world ever since her husband left her. Anavel is shy by nature. She longs to play with the other children in the village, but she is content with her teddy bear and her mother. One day, the mother went to the nearby river stream to wash some clothes, and she heard a couple with their son strolling along the other side of the river stream. "Be careful, son." The mother looked up quickly when she heard this familiar voice projected across the river stream. Her ears were not hearing wrongly. Indeed, that was her husband. The same husband that shared the same bed as her. The same husband that abandoned her and their daughter 7 years ago. Their son looks about the same age as Anavel. "Do you wish for your love to return to you?" The mother heard the voice of an old granny behind her and turned around, only to find no one but a very old and torn black book lying on the ground. The wind blew and turned over the cover page of the book. The words read, witchcraft, whatever you desire. Do you wish for your love to return to you? The voice of the mysterious granny rings in her head as the mother brings the book home. Somehow, she knew the book was a godsend to bring her husband back to the family. For the next few days, the mother was totally engrossed in reading the mysterious book, to the point where she has forgotten about her daughter. "Mama, I'm hungry," Anavel said to her mother as she pulls her mother's long black dress. Her mother would then point to the loaves of bread on the table while she continues her witchcrafts. Anavel was too young to comprehend any of these happenings and changes to her mother. As Anavel reached out to the bread, she heard a loud bang on the door. "Finally it worked!" the mother exclaimed and rushes to open the door. A man jumped in and hugged the mother, and she says, "Welcome home, my dear." The father has returned, his eyes without souls. "What have you done, you freaking witch?" came the sound of a lady holding on to a little boy outside the house. Pushing aside her husband, the mother screams as she sprints towards the lady and the boy, pouncing onto them and stabbed the lady and the boy with a sharp knife hidden under her black cloak, for a total of 7 times. The lady and the boy were defenseless as they laid down in the pool of blood, dead. Anavel stared helplessly at her mother as her mother drops the bloody knife she was holding in her winkly hand. Village men rushed in quickly into the aftermath and tied up the mother. "Burn the witch! Burn the witch! Burn the witch! Burn the witch!" The crowd shouts, raising their fists into the air and pointing to the tied up mother. She was grinning, as if she was oblivious to her surroundings. The village chief then ordered the men to hang her up on a big tree located in the central of the village, near the aftermath. The sun sets and the village men held up lighted torches in their hands. "Burn her! Burn her! Burn her!" The village men started to throw their lighted torches right beneath the tied up mother as the shouting continues. "Burn her! Burn her! Burn her!" The mother screamed. The sky darkened and started to rain suddenly. A lightning strike right in front of the mother, causing an even bigger fire that even the rain could not put out, dispersing the frightened crowd as some dropped their umbrellas onto the ground. Anavel was in the house, frightened and shocked as she was witnessing the whole incident. She fainted from fright. As Anavel woke up the next morning, her father stood beside her, holding an umbrella to her. He was still soulless. Receiving the umbrella, she turned around to see a burnt tree, with her mother's burnt corpse still hanging on the tree. The entire village was deserted, as if everyone has evacuated from the village. As Anavel hugs the umbrella and teddy bear clumsily, she holds her soulless father and they walk slowly back into their house. Years later, people from another village came to look for new resources and place to stay in. As they walked into the deserted village, they could hear prayers ringing in their ears. As they searched for the source of the prayers, they could see a small figure of what seemed to be a little girl waving at them. And as they walked nearer, they could hear a very soft and eerie voice.